Baby, as you can see, your girl's rested. um, album, writer, producer, larynx. Okay, so with larynx, let me write that down. That's ENT. Also, that's throat. So, I don't have the book for that one right now. So, it's brought to my attention that with what someone is currently doing, I'm hearing it's a passive aggressive type of situation. And in this passive aggressive situation, I'm hearing confirmation, trust the process, communication is coming in very quick. And with the known being known, one known is the South Carolina Professional Employer Organization. Now, with I'm hearing Aragon, so we have Spain's lead, which with this lead we using Karl Marx theories, and based off of those theories, this is leading to a bigger conglomerate that has been wanting to get into bed per se with this organization to take down a person to seal a particular information. So when it comes to the new invitees, the invitees were a little bit hesitant, but however, this is going to prove the reason being why the hesitant was necessary for them in the first place, due to the simple fact that they should have like I would say fact check or background check exactly what it is that they was getting into, because it was like the source of using, I guess, demonology, indirect type of pseudo psychology, but also with the theory. Somebody is using a theory. Let me say that. And with this conglomerate, the Lebanese organizations or charity funds, someone was offered a particular back funding set per se, had they been able to back a takedown that they need to happen. Okay, so that leads to either Iranian ties, which also means that there's going to be less help of Palestinian, Egyptian, um, Persia's say so in this situation. I'm getting in political information. There's someone that's still attempting to be in a person's energy. I'm hearing you should have played it safe in this one. If they're not who they say they were, well, how will they be able to pick up what it is that we're doing in this situation? Someone has to come in for a major investigation. At this time, for me just saying that little piece within this first 4 minutes, that's enough for them to go ahead to pull someone in to say, I thought you had said dot dot dot. Okay? What I'm about to drop in this information is going to be enough for them to know it's no longer a game. So you have to sit there and be in a stressor type of situation to figure out what this is and do whatever this weird cover up was, it was unnecessary. And for somebody to turn their head in this situation, you brought the right heads in this situation at this time. So we got Yemen, who was asked by Lebanon, Iran, and Iraq for an assist. We got South Carolina Professional Employer Organization Section 40-68-40, the Department of Consumer Affairs. So when we using the Department of Consumer Affairs, we're now dealing with your credit report. I'm down dealing with your rental report. Now I'm dealing with property management. Now I'm dealing with real estate. Not only am I doing that, any sold products, restaurants, food chains, and sometimes it falls into the category of financial sex, depending on what type of thing it is. And that's about under an umbrella of 20 different type of organizations and associations where you have to put that in, where we can pick and choose based off of this professional employer, or let's say Harvard or Princeton, Yale, Columbia, professional employers of that organization. Somebody said you know your shit. Please do. I appreciate you. So the music production or this other company, there's a major thing where, oh well, we're not doing this. Well, the only time that you deal with Washington State's cemetery regulations is when you're covering for who? Political, federal, and military individuals. That's the only time that we deal with Washington cemetery regulations, revised code of Washington's RCW section 40.40.040. That's the only time we do that. Authorities files endowment care of the physical reports and make available for the review by plot owners. That's federal, political, and military individuals only. We got a section or cults, secret organizations who wanted to abuse power of authority. There's 31 of them that's doing that currently. Now, when we go ahead and go into the section of Texas, architectural barriers and rules, this is giving me a flashback. What happened to that dude that was supposed to be the whistleblower that had that disc out of Miami? And it just so happened that the architectural barriers tend to collapse out in Miami. Somebody is playing a very dangerous game, and I asked appropriately, leave me be. However, since we got to address it, since we big bad, big bad wolf, and we want to be Billy Badass, and I don't have to do this, and I don't have to give this, and I don't have to make these people turn this in because my team and my cavalry is protecting me. And when I send my cavalry, they better be lucky that I at least keeping these people at bay. You better be lucky, or is it that it's part of your job and you wanted to conceal some type of information? And the fact that you were sitting here doing this is a fucking bullshit ass fucking governor doing this shit. And I shouldn't be able to tap into this type of information, but you've been going along with this shit from the Carl Matrix political league. I put that on the community post. It's a country over there that you sitting there trying to be fucking on, and it's a Puerto Rican female you fucking on, you Cuban, and for your ass to hate your own fucking race, you been fucking the fuck out of this female Puerto Rican judge. There's a governor. There's a governor that got a little bit too cocky and out of fucking pocket. I should not be able to do this. This is a need to know basis, meaning that requires for you to have a security clearance. And then we want to play into spirituality. We want to play in demonology. And then we want to sit there and use our cult things when you know you're not supposed to use that shit unless it's part of fucking national security on a higher level that can go ahead and take down every fucking body. And in this situation, it's a possibility that it could. But however, this could be a possibility that this might be a necessary evil. This is someone that felt like they was untouchable. But however, even the motherfuckers from Watergate is saying, hey, we willing to sacrifice this motherfucker because there's certain people, we've been looking for this person. But however, we're going to make this person seem like they're a false prophet. You want to know why? Because U.S. and Asia's medical negotiations, you want to know who's a part of that medical negotiations? Ben Carson. Medical negotiations, who's over that? Ben Carson. What judicial governmental organization have they been sitting there having meetings about? Check your team. We're writing blurred lines, and I'm hearing bloodlines too. misconception, and miseducated. So when it comes to technology, ethical, and national type of things, and global brain projects, Japan, China, and Korea, they miseducated. They're not too fucking versed on every fucking nationality, because shit, if you get the motherfuckers from Africa, or you get African Americans from here in fucking America, Japan, Korea, and China is not well versed in seeing these type of colors, or let alone when they did get that type of shit and they did get that blood and did get that sample, they was like, whoa, we haven't ever seen this before, because they only accustomed to what it is that they see. So when you go to the blurred lines of the situation, and I want to put Ben Carson in the lead of my medical association, because we want Fucci out of the fucking way, and when we get Fucci out of the way, we got to sit here and start asking certain people certain things. Be mindful. Be mindful. So who was the one sitting there saying it's blasphemy and they're a false prophet? Somebody is sitting here watching the fuck out of me, sitting back in complete shock, because you should not know anything about that. I'm pretty much a little bit bored having to talk to the lower class that seems like that they running the fucking shit and sitting there saying that they doing what it is that they doing. Because I was like, damn, Shrita, you pussyfooting around a lot of shit, and they sitting here like it's a motherfucker watching like I'm not able to decipher. I thought you was educated. I thought you had a PhD. I thought you was more fucking educated than me. I thought you could be able to decipher codes. Aren't you a coder? How is your data analyst people ain't able to pick that shit up? I've been talking about it for a long time. They try to make me go to rehab, right? What should that mean if I'm starting to sing a song? You the one that sit here do Neuralink all day long. So how is it that you sit here doing this? Put your life in the song, right? We love to use catchphrases. And whenever it's time for you to enter into certain things, we got to create a what? A labyrinth or a maze, right? So when you create that labyrinth or that maze, you got to be mindful about who are you doing. That in certain people that knows of the maze and the labyrinth, you come from what type of bloodline? It don't require for me to be a liberal or a Democrat or a Republican to know all that shit. It don't require for me to have, top secret or a security clearance to know that shit. But however, shit, it's like somebody like, damn, you rogue, and I'm not rogue necessarily. But somebody is bothering me, and somebody is not doing their job efficiently and a little bit quicker, because somebody is doing something that they ain't got no fucking business in. And some people sitting there like, no, we support it. We support it. And the reason being why we're not shutting it down, oh, you gonna see it, because somebody's like, why is it not shut down? I want to keep this hush. You could have did that shit way back in fucking March or April, let alone in fucking June and July, when they told your ass that person is not fucking lying. And if we can sit there and send in most of our ethical hackers to come in to go look into this situation, and we got people planted around this motherfucker that's sitting here communicating in Morse code based off what it is. That means we're dealing with poachers. That means we're dealing with hunters. That means I'm dealing with fucking people with military tactics that know what the fuck it is that they doing. All it is, I need to say so. So why would we keep playing this game? Because we got North Carolina and South Carolina. And anybody that knows something that comes out of North Carolina, we got some agencies, and that shit sit in Raleigh. And then the second class is over there in fucking Durham. And y'all been running that shit since 53. Shh, keep it quiet. Let's keep it going, right? So once you get this architectural type of situation, I only send them up to 26 states. Possibly now 28. Wisconsin's legislative act of 6840, what's that? Taxation and transportation. So that will require for me to be a shareholder in this company. And as a shareholder in this company, and I got more than 100% of shares in this company, what can I do? And what falls on the transportation company as of now? Because Google is still trying to do that. Elon Musk is still trying to get his shit kicked off. And that's in California. So now that with me moving my taxation and transportation, I can move my shuttle company, my shuttle company or space center from Florida now to who? Texas, right? But now that also gives me governance over who? Uber and Lyft, which has been the main source. Right? Which also give you governance and your cavalry for the protection for you to move from A to Z on business hours of those taxation hours, correct? I'm 100% correct on that. Ohio, environmental what? Protection agency rule. In order to get away with this poisoning that we've been doing since 2024 to particular people, that there's a possibility that they can cause interference. But however, I made you seem like you're not valuable, right? So if I really wanted to go ahead and investigate this type of situation, what does that realize that somebody's not really playing by the rules, because we're missing the E and the S. So we're not playing by the rules. Owners and operations of what? Hazardous waste incinerators. If I'm investigating this and I'm the FBI, CIA, or, Secret Service, I would want to sit there and look at what states has hazardous waste and what companies are now in physical hold of incinerators. Usually funeral homes, especially if you're sitting there doing cremation, right? Hazardous waste incinerators. I would just literally just have to go look into what companies have hazardous waste and incinerators. That's the simplest shit that you can do. And now I'm minimized versus having to look over 1,606 people. I'm now cut down to looking at 44. And out of those 44s, how many fucking states have them? That shit is too easy. Somebody want to play like we're not going to do environmental protection type things. We're not going to do our jobs, right? But I'm going to let this tarot reader or this seer, because I don't call myself tarot. I call this shit, this is what it is. But when you operating underground doing shit on the other behalf, because these people were the caregivers of this person, we want to go ahead and figure out how we can move this paperwork and utilize the Veterans Affairs. This person was in the military, so we're going to utilize this shit because based on they folks, they folks said, but you didn't come to that person and ask them, is there a particular reason why you keep away from these people? Well, I'm 100% sure right about now, we got questions. I'm here. It's on lockdown now. It's on lockdown. Alaska's USGS, U.S. Geological Survey, metallic mineral resource, right? That's a door worker. Door workers have access to that. Beard Mountains, Quadrangle, Alaska, 1968. I'm the map. But if I'm the map, I'm Dora too, right? What does Dora lead to? It seems like medical professionals. And when I'm getting to medical professionals, that also leads me to going into what? Religious ministries. Are we dealing with bias or unbiased type of situations? Choice is yours. It's about how you handle that. Now, here's the kicker. What's up, Espanol? What's up, Spain? Que Buenos dias, buenas noches, right? Estudiantal de la Ciudad de Mexico. So we have Esteban or Doc. That shit is still going. 1968 didn't ever fucking die, but it's just now the Marxista, how you say it? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Alfonso Rojas Diaz, Lega Comunista 23 de Septiembre, the 23rd of September, a communist movement, right? I wonder how that would go whenever they said in Puerto Rico that I was lying about some shit. But I'm pretty sure something is really live and right in front of somebody's fucking eyes that it was sitting right there under their goddamn nose like, wait a minute. We was doing this. It's right there in front of your face, baby. Victoria de... God. Carry on. You know exactly where I was getting with that. But shit, I'm not here to do somebody else's job for them. But whoever was the music producer or your major music production company there that's sitting there doing that, and one of those people who managed fucking, what's his name, Bad Bunny, carry on. Bad Bunny with bad money, right? Not him. It ain't his fucking fault for him not really knowing what's the in-depths of what the fuck he got in bed with this shit. Even Adam Sandler can sit there like, hold up, it's some suspicious shit going on. Wait a minute, how the fuck do you know this? I don't know. We just like to play simulation with people that you feel like, hey, we're doing this. What kind of thing are you? Maybe a psychic investigator, maybe a psychic judge. I don't know. Maybe we just see some shit that you felt like we wasn't supposed to see. But I'm tired of addressing these motherfuckers around this goddamn city. I'm sure the fuck tired of fucking addressing fucking Florida right about now. Cause Florida getting on my goddamn nerves. Run me my motherfucking papers so I can get on about my motherfucking shit. Cause there's some shit going on that I don't need no parts of it. And right now, it's gonna blow some shit over in the ocean. Literally and figuratively, hypothetically speaking, right? Cause this ain't fucking entertainment purposes at all. People want to portray as if they know what the fuck it is, but sit there and play with it like as if you know what it is. And they don't. Oh, you're a conspiracy theory. If I was a conspiracy theory, I wouldn't be able to pull this shit up. It's just making sure you're looking at it in the right context with the right codes, right sections, regulations, and who the fuck leading that shit. Usually the leader of the fucking pack is the motherfucker that you gotta look into more often. And sometimes are we missing the fucking, like, if you supposed to be the biggest top investigator, why the fuck you not reading their motherfucking body language? Shit, my body language is going to throw you off completely. It looks like you're very insecure about what it is that you're saying. The colors that you're wearing today, bitch, the color I wear today is just something that was sitting there and it seems like it fucking fit. Oh, they talk very ignorant just for their stature. Are you sure? Are you sure? Oh, for someone of their stature, oh my gosh, look at all the curse words saying, and bitch, you forgot your ass was a meth head, a crystal fucking taker, and a motherfucking prostitute before you came into the position that you do. But you an advisor? Shut this shit down or I'm gonna shut your ass the fuck down because I don't mind shit. All I need shit is any political figure, anybody that's running an organization. Do you need information? Because I'm gonna make sure I point you in the right direction. Because some of y'all be sitting there lost in the sauce like, am I missing the details? Am I missing something that yeah, you are. It's right there in front of your face, but are you really looking for it or are you intentionally overlooking it? So now you're giving people grounds, regardless of what it is, and the right people, because you need the peoples to go along with it, even though it's an electoral vote, right? Onward. Oh, our computer science guy is, and then this is not motherfucking Bill Nye, the science guy, okay? I'm not here to go ahead and create science, but if we're going to talk about science, we can do that shit all day long. I think that shit is fun. I love chemistry. I love fucking biology. I wish I had the time to go ahead and really look into and research bioengineering because shit, that I might solve a lot more shit than what it is that I'm touching on. But that requires for me to do certain things. Somebody is 45 hot, big fucking mad, as if you, shit, if you happy, get glad, bitch. Go get a garbage bag. They got Febreze sentence. It's like, are you really trying to be mad because your salary is not equating to what the fuck has been missing from certain people that they should have been due to get back a long time ago? You've been doing this shit since 1966. Your mama pushed your ass out and your ass ain't been acting right since then. Rita, we said we was not going to roast people in the process of giving this type of information, but I feel like I speak for the people, for the humanoids. This motherfucker should have ulcers and hemorrhoids by the time I get through with this because I wanted to eat a motherfucker up before this shit is over with. Because convincing whoever was the people that sat there and listened to these fucking people and say, they're not able to do this and they're not able to do that. I'm getting some energy where somebody's sitting back and it's like, you're full of a lot of shit. I could be full of a lot more. I'm way better than a motherfucking librarian, but shit, a librarian's job will be way more fucking funner than sitting here dealing with these type of fucking civilians, let alone fucking political people and all this other stupid shit that they doing some shit to cover up because they fucked up. But these are motherfuckers that's so fucking prideful and ego-based that they're afraid to say that they fucked up. That's a personal fucking problem. But don't take that shit out on another person because you fucked up. And instead of saying, hey, take this cut or whatever the case may be, oh, I want to sue. Okay, shit, you know how to shut down and shut your other fucking lawyers up. But don't go after fucking people's life because you made a fuck up. Honor your fuck ups. Please do so. Because it's in this situation where anybody know in the fucking state of Florida, I ain't did shit to nobody. I don't bother nobody. I don't get pissed off unless it's fucking necessary. And this is one of those necessary fucking evils. And baby, you can call me Evil Knievel. Oh, she's unholy, bitch. Okay, call me what the fuck you need to if it's going to make you sleep better at night. And go ahead and keep covering up and blackmailing motherfuckers all day because shit, honestly, they not even worthwhile. Shit, look at their fucking health. But don't go play with somebody's health that take their fucking health seriously. And then you sitting here hiding behind a little Dora fucking worker and a dumbass bitch that's working in regional office because, oh, I'm part of this sorority shit. Motherfuckers, I done seen y'all shut down plenty of colored motherfuckers a long time ago over the littlest shit. If you can sit there and no disrespect, no harm, if you can go ahead and kill a motherfucker over Emmett Till sitting there whistling at a motherfucker, I'm pretty sure you can knock a motherfucker off based off the shit that they sit here trying to do to get somebody else's stuff. And y'all been doing this shit since February 6th. February, all the way from February to June, and all the way up until last month. Now some people are sitting here like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It ain't no motherfucking wait a minute. From Chicago all the way back down to fucking Mississippi, that shit is fucking crazy to me. Why haven't you shut them people down? Oh, we're bigger than them. Shit, it takes a whole lot of them and one of me to sit here and do this shit. I thought we was going to be able to take down this bitch to take their money. I'm stronger than them. Well, if you was that motherfucking strong, you should have been able to solve this case a long time ago, and we would not be here. But however, here we are. Lewis, Lewis, whoever Lewis is. We got Lewis, Lewis. We got Johnson, Jon. Hold on. That's Jones. So we got a Jones in here? We got a John in here? Shit, somebody used to do Johns. And you know what the Johns is? That means prostitution, ain't it? So somebody used to be a prostitute before they got into the political stance or in the victory of what it is. Come on now. Let's make a common sense about what it is that they doing what they doing right now. Somebody forgot what the fuck they was doing 37 to 47 years ago. Somebody need to be real fucking mindful about how the fuck they coming. You forgot you was tricking 27 years? That was in the past. No. It ain't in the past. It's in the current because you sitting here trying to do certain shit to make something seem like somebody else is doing the shit that you did. I want you homeless. I want them not to have a job. I'm going to make sure that all these people fuck up their credit before they even get their identity back. I want to make sure that we go ahead and spend all this money up before I give it back. Now we got to figure out how we're going to shut this bitch up. And your best way is to get somebody to stab him up. That's not Yahweh's way. Yahweh wouldn't want you to do something like that. That seems like you disrespecting Yahweh in the biggest fucking way. This seems like I'm dealing with motherfuckers with low self-esteem. I thought you was big, bad, bully with it. You got a faith so fucking firm that if you was faithful and firm enough, you would have known like, hey, that's not what it is. I'm going to communicate with you myself versus I'm going to outsource it to everybody else to keep my hands clean. No, motherfucker, your hands are just as dirty before anybody else got in bed with this shit. Somebody could be from fucking Baton Rouge. Your hands got dirty before you even did the shit. You what, 47, 48 years old, and you feel like you doing some shit, you running some shit, and you're mad because somebody could do something better than you? That's the saddest shit I've ever fucking seen. This would be a motherfucker that did some shit behind the scenes since fucking 1975. Ever since your mama popped you out of her motherfucking coochie or got caught and cut out your goddamn stomach, you feel like I gotta coddle your motherfucking feelings? But I'm the villain. No, I'm looking to put the stop to certain shit. I believe the children are the fucking future, and these kids ain't got no motherfucking future. I feel bad for anybody attempting to bring kids into this world because this shit is sick. What's popping? You can sit there and look at certain people's face. What shit? If we're gonna do eugenics, I don't give a fuck if you black, white, Chinese, Buccanese, booty knees, shitty knees. I don't give a fuck if you sitting there deep throwing on your motherfucking knees. Eugenics is everything. History has a tendency to repeat itself. However, when you get a chance to stop that shit, hold up. It don't slide over here. But it's somebody that feel like you operating out of fear. And I smell a bitch near me, fear shit. A dog can smell it. So I'm pretty sure if I'm a dog ass motherfucker, or if, as you say, I'm a bitch, well, the bitch is smelling some fucking fear in this shit. And apparently the fear is saying, let me kill this motherfucker because you airing some shit out. Apparently I need to, because this is my life on the line and it's my motherfucking kids. So what did they say? Shit, you start fucking with a lion, the lion is gonna come for her cubs, ain't it? So Lewis, Jones, Perry, Johnson, Jorge, whoever the fuck you want to see her. Shit, your play, my play. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not playing about this shit. This shit needs to come to an end ASAP, because shit, I don't mind revealing it because I'm 100% sure somebody bringing the crowd. Come on in, come on in. Sharita got the ends for you so you can go ahead and put an end to some shit. Shit, put an end. Motherfuckers out here getting paychecks and shit like that, but you want to abuse fucking religion? That's disrespectful. Because you sitting there not being mindful of those people who really want to worship and really want to pray. But you want to play. Y'all really want to play. But there's people wanting to pray. They want to believe in Allah. They want to believe in Yahweh. They want to believe in Jesus, Lord, our Savior Christ. But you sitting there taking away because you want to justify and use a fucking script to take somebody's life because you fucking up and you wanted to get politically recognized because you want to forget that you was a fucked up or a shitty ass drug dealer. It ain't our fault that you was a shitty ass fucking drug dealer and you got caught. It ain't my fault you was a fucked up fucking person trafficking shit and you get caught. That ain't our motherfucking fault. That seems like your ass should have did fucking better. It seems like you was a motherfucker. I ain't gotta listen to nobody with shit. For a big motherfucking criminal, you a stupid ass motherfucker. For a female that's in her house all day, mind her own fucking lane. Now I gotta mind your motherfucking business because you too concerned about what the fuck I'm doing and talking about somebody's immature. For an immature motherfucker, I know a lot for me not to even be around and in this shit. And you sitting out in the parking lot, hunting out to do some shit. God damn. When was the last time you washed your ass? You got to be mindful about that. You got to be real fucking mindful about that. Everybody not going to play that game. And sometimes, shit, welcome to motherfucking Florida. Stay in your motherfucking ground, knocking on my door, shit. You better get to talking through that, bitch. I don't have friends. I don't have acquaintances. I don't really fuck with people because due to the simple fact you don't ever fucking know. But however, when you want to back a motherfucker real one into a corner, shit, the only thing I got is the truth for you, baby. Shit, do I need to do it naked with my titties hanging out like we on National Geographics? You said go back to Africa and act like a coon, so motherfucker, apparently I need to let these titties hang or something like that. I need to let my coochie go ahead and grow out a motherfucking wild bush. We got to make common sense about what the fuck you really doing out here. Because shit, I'm not here to coddle nobody's fucking feelings. Peru made the first move. Who gonna be next? Because there'd be a motherfucker quick over here talking all this fucking shit. You insecure, you got low self-esteem, and for you to feel like you got to be noticed, you need a fucking crowd. I don't. Shit, the crowd came to me looking for the information because apparently I'm practicing what the fuck I preach, and apparently I'm speaking and hitting the nail on the motherfucking head. Go ahead and pin their ass to the fucking pill they fucking muffin back blue, right? This ain't motherfucking pin the tail on the donkey, but apparently somebody want to be an ass. You gotta fucking look at the fucking situation, how you sitting here doing it, because this is not gonna last. This is only gonna blow over for this and that, but you sitting here chasing a motherfucker that can sit here and tell you how the fuck this shit goes in. Shit, when he said, bend over, touch your toes, and spell run. R-U-N. Shit, be up in there. But you want me to be coddling to motherfuckers, oh, what the fuck is this? I gotta be kind to Sarah McBride type shit? Do I gotta be kind to that motherfucker? No, that's called body dysmorphia. But you wanna talk about a bitch? I had kids. My weight going up and down. But shit, like I said, even a psychiatrist know better than half the shit that y'all doing. Y'all out here with diagnoses that ain't even fucking accurate. Not even mine was. You have to get a full health checkup, and all your organs and adrenals, your glands, your blood work should be in order before they diagnose you with a fucking mental disorder. Anybody should know that, especially if you're a motherfucking doctor. Shit, if you top notch, even a fucking surgeon should fucking know that. Well, before I even do the surgery, we gotta rule out. We must rule out before I give what? Before you give any type of diagnosis or you do any type of surgery, you must rule out, right? I appreciate that, Jimmy versus Martin. Thank you. But shit, be mindful about how you doing this. You sitting here listening to a fucking man who's battling in his fucking head. Do I want to stay as a gay man with wearing regular clothes, or do I want to be dressed up as a woman? Because shit, now you really ain't gay no more if you chopping off your dick. But even then, when you chop that shit off, motherfucker, you ain't gonna go back for what it. Why my lover don't like it? He liked it when you have a dick. That's why it's called gay, stupid. You got to be mindful, because motherfucker, I'm going to come for your motherfucking throat and everything in between. Are you the throat goat? I might as well be, motherfucker. Call me a Capricorn or a goddamn Aries. They got the deepest throats, you hear me? Somebody's name is fucking Jeremy. What do you want, Jeremy? I like cars and I got things, and I used to do this with my dad. Well, your dad just was uncomfortable with that shit, but he got comfortable with that shit. But you sitting here listening to a fucking old ass trick in a bitch with the oldest trick in the book, sitting like they doing some shit. Well, we've been doing this we're getting away with this for the last 38 years. Have ya? Have ya? For 38 years you got away with this shit? It's time to put y'all asses to motherfucking rest, because I thought you said somebody need to go back and question some motherfuckers, and I guarantee the story gonna change about 3-4 times. Shit, separate them each fucking day and ask some shit that is accurate here and ask them in a different way. They gonna be sitting there like, hold up. Damn, I forgot the lie I told last week. Damn, I forgot the lie. Okay, and then make sure when you record those lies, those people that came in that was a part of that shit, play that shit for them. No, I don't recall them saying it like that. They said it like this. Shit, I'm here. She don't miss. I wasn't supposed to, because shit. Let's go ahead and put these motherfuckers in the abyss. Shit, you want to go ahead and put some high heels on and put a thong on. I know your ass is itching. I want to get a BB, bitch, even with the big donkadonk, badonkadonk, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, bitch. A thong is irritating as shit. I know your cootie cat is not breathing how the fuck it's supposed to breathe. It's suffocated. It's getting yeast in that bitch. But you want to come for somebody who's coming with the fucking facts. Now, if I can sit here and take down a whole organization, it's too fucking easy. But I don't really care about what the fuck you doing. Quit fucking with certain people that ain't, okay, I don't want no parts. But I can be unbiased. Okay, you doing what you doing. Just make sure you keep that shit over there. Right now, we too busy fighting for the good. So long as you don't cross over what we doing over here with the good, if the motherfuckers want to be fucking zombie food, let them be zombie food. That ain't got shit with us that's sitting here doing our best to make an effort. And then you got fucking motherfuckers that's over here want to play STD, HIV type shit and fuck up other people's shit. Well, if everybody had money, shit, some motherfuckers don't deserve fucking money. Okay, call this snow train bullet if we need be. Everybody don't deserve that shit. And some motherfuckers, you sit there give money to ignorant motherfuckers and give them a little bit of fucking power. They gonna go a whole fucking shit. Go ahead and make about 10 fucking football fields at that fucking point. No motherfuckers gonna take it all the way there and not have no lick of common sense studying what it is they doing. And now they fucking up everybody else's operation and they fucking up your money. You sure you made the best investment? Somebody gotta reconsider. Oh, I'm more powerful than her. I'm more powerful than her. I can do way more than her. You sure? You sure? Because apparently the more powerful than her is making you look like a fucking disgrace and an embarrassment. That's crazy work right there to me. Because somebody sitting here playing with political type things. And then it's like when they sit here getting tied into this shit, now we're dealing with undue influence. So if I had to be a fucking judge or a lawyer in the case, I'm sitting here, I'm going to be pissed off when I got to do a fucking court case of undue influence. Like, goddamn, now I got to undo it. Like, now I can't even trust you when you come in my courtroom. This is a fucking judge or a law firm that I want to trust that you're giving the right information. But now sometimes you constructing a fucking idea or perception Because it ain't projection. Because look at the fucking behavior you're doing. Improper use of your motherfucking power and the trust you're supposed to have of clients and patient, confidentiality type shit. You taking advantage of that. But shit, they pick it up on us doing some fuck shit. Okay, lawyer, you should have did the right thing in the first place. Well, I'm looking out for the just due of my client because they gave me 4.8 million, and for the 4.8 million that I've been retaining, they offered me 58 million out of this cut because it's like this person's damn near getting billions, and that 58 million is like great for me because I could put away, pay the taxes, but they still invading fucking taxes though. So why would I get in bed in some certain type of situation? You still ain't even paid your motherfucking taxes. What is guaranteed in fucking America? Death and fucking taxes. Motherfucker, you could be dead and you still paying motherfucking taxes and you're dead. How the fucking damn motherfucker paying taxes? That shit be crazy to me, but welcome to America. This is America. Okay? When did he come out with that song? Shit, we in motherfucking America, we sitting here coddling motherfuckers' feelings. Motherfucker, they got a red light district everywhere in the fucking world. If you want to sit there and be anything, motherfucker, you want to feel like the most beautiful girl in the world and act like you in motherfucking Barbie land, by all means be my guest, but shit, don't be sitting here trying to bring all this shit out here and feel like, clock it, bitch. I'm not fit to base my motherfucking energy and things that I do based off of what the fuck you feel like, and that shit ain't fair to every fucking body because now everything that I'm doing, and it's nothing against anybody doing what you do, because what the fuck you do in the bedroom ain't got shit to do with me. But however, when you open up that don't ask, don't tell policy, now look at what the fuck we dealing with right now. It's no harm or no disrespect. Be who you want to fucking be, but keep that shit wherever the fuck it is. Unless it has a real effect and you saying like, this is like watching motherfuckers like, oh, I bet I can turn her out. Oh, I bet I can get him curious to come do it. That shit is fucking diabolical. You need to do fucking better with yourself. As a state attorney or a judge, you hold a way bigger fucking responsibility than sitting here doing that. We got a black church preacher. Black church preacher. Like I said, everybody should be able to have they fucking do and how they want to worship. Come as you are, right? But we got a black preacher who wanted to get involved in this. Let's call these motherfuckers out. A black church preacher involved with same-sex underage members of a church. Well, if it's coming to a Bible and depending on, are you King James Version? Well, shit, if I go look into history back in 1558, in the long line of fucking King Jameses, and my name is James, and what use of that? Call me Samaj. It'd be the shit for me. But you're a preacher, and you dealing with same sex, and they underage? Ugh. But you want to turn your nose up at motherfuckers out here making a living and looking to do certain things. And you got the audacity to gatekeep certain shit, but you want people to pay off to clear out your certain shit because you and your Yahweh buddy, your little old butt buddy from when y'all was in college and shit. Like that's the weirdest shit I've ever fucking deal with. Everybody don't want to be but. Shit, even in the fucking prisons. Shit, everything in prison will be way a lot smoother and a lot better. And you will have a lot of fucking fellas coming out of that shit and not ever going to fuck the back end. But shit, some of the motherfuckers, I know for a fact, repeat offenders must be going back their boyfriend in there. They need that back blown out. They need something to blow on. It ain't no secret, baby. You must like going into that bitch. But real motherfuckers, they ain't going back. They ain't trying to go back in there. But also, it's not being regulated because constantly shit, either you got to be a rat or a snitch, or you got to sit there and try to protect yourself and do your motherfucking time the best way possible. But sometimes you got to sit there and be gay for the stay. And that shit ain't fucking fair to no motherfuckers because these motherfuckers got misguided fucking anger. They were touched on. They were abused. Where the fuck are your psychiatrists that's actually going in there to help these motherfuckers versus making sure they come out and putting them in these groups and these networks and shit and using them to fuck on these other fucking people? But I want to use the lifestyle as a way of getting your money up. That shit ain't fucking cute. This man watching me currently has a baby with an underage female. There's someone watching me. I don't feel like you should be watching me. You should be tending to your little 14 to 18-year-old fucking girlfriend, or shit. They can't even be a fucking, well, shit. It could be a girlfriend because they can't ever be a fucking wife. That ain't no woman. So apparently you must be a grown-ass man that needs fucking control because she gonna do everything you fucking say because, oh my God, she's protecting me. Baby, you don't know a predator, 911. They made 911 for a fucking reason. We got a veterinarian, animal shelter, that person that's a pharmacist or do the pharmaceutical medicines, and she be talking to fucking other doctors, Dora, and prescribing that as regular fucking medication to these motherfuckers. That's been part of the underground world for a long time when you trying to avoid this shit, because who's keeping up the accountability for animals' medicine? Because certain animal medicines can work as human medicines because, okay, long as the animal don't lay an egg. But you can have them anywhere. Dogs, you can take medicines that dogs have, horses have, elephants, monkeys. Why? Because they give actual birth, right? You and me ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like we see on the Discovery Channel. Y'all remember that song as kids? Or growing up? Because I was just in colleges. You and me ain't nothing but mammals. We are mammals, right? Do what you do on the Discovery Channel. But we can also, on the Discovery Channel, what did they use them as? Test subjects. We need to use you as a test subject since 1983. Undue influence, improper use of power or trust by one person that deprives another of what? You're depriving me of monetization of my YouTube channels. You're depriving me of my monies and just due from Miss Rita Lotus, who reported that. Why is it that on TikTok we can't figure out who reported our content and saying that we can't go back live because I know I didn't say shit to solicit nothing. But yeah, I got to deal with fucking grandmothers and mothers that be calling folks DCF, police officers, people, parole officers and shit like that. We got to deal with people like that. This person watching you right now enters your home, your car, your phone when you're asleep or when you leave the area. Somebody need to know that. A Kansas police officer, a Texas police officer, a U.S. territory police officer, Oklahoma police, and fucking Florida police, Ohio, Illinois police, Arizona. It seems like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 police officers sitting here watching. Are you watching for a benefit? Or are you sitting here watching to go ahead and abuse another person? I don't like that feeling. But in this situation, it can go left or it can go neutral and do the right thing. So who's doing the right thing? We got a Brazilian male that's doing illegal surveillance and stalking with a Kansas police officer, a Texas one, a U.S. territory, Oklahoma, and a Florida police officer right now as we speak. Because a female judge is covering a crime for this person's female relative at this time. We got a Veterans Affairs doctor who's involved in this crime with these police officers, who's right now working with somebody to stalk and harass a person because they're covering up a crime with somebody else's family members and relatives. So this definitely have to do with beneficiaries, fiduciaries. So that means someone's trying to run somebody else's money or stop their money. When we going to do this? And this person could have been born in 1968. These were people calling people dummies or using, oh, you got PTSD. I hate that stereotype and shit when it comes to fucking veterans. And as a black female combat veteran, we get disrespected way much more than you will ever fucking imagine. Oh, I serve in Nam. You're a female? How there? Just because I'm fucking female, okay, that's one. But you're black. Well, okay, what does me being black have to do with anything? I served the country just like you did. That's why when people be like, thank you for your service, okay, thank you. And I hurry up and get the fuck away from that. That should be so fucking weird and uncomfortable because it be certain people be like, well, how can, it's like, how can I not? As an American citizen and you're fucking afraid of going into the military shit, why don't you make that fucking mandatory? By the time you between the age of 18 and 38 years old, you should have fucking served your country. If not, motherfucking shit, I'm gonna terrorize the fuck out of you. Don't make me fucking president. Serve your motherfucking country and act like you got some due diligence. A female judge covering a crime for a prison personnel, a warden, or a corrections officer. What kind of shit is this? But this is America. That's the only thing I can say. Like that's the saddest shit ever. You got a music production. You got Mexico. You got metric people. You got geological people, environmental people watching, legislative people watching. You got Asian countries. Now, at this point, when we got this many type of people in this type of situation, that means we sitting there, we're not paying attention to situational awareness. We got a fake ass tourist wannabe tarot reader and feeling like they talking about, oh, this karmic and karmisha. Y'all be making up some shit that's fucking irrelevant. Karma is meant for you to fucking learn life lessons, and apparently you motherfuckers not doing it. We got a military, army, or an officer active duty currently watching. Somebody's last name is Dudley, Doodley, or Dolly. McDougal. A circuit court judge that's taking a kickback and bribe for crimes. A criminal judge at that. A criminal judge. Neighborhood watch person is snitching on 6 people because they want to take people's money, grandchildren's money. A female black is someone you kicked it with or dealt with before, so somebody being held fucking hostage right now. I feel bad for whoever got to be held hostage by somebody that they did some shit with. There's somebody currently being held hostage in a fucking relationship that they don't want to be with, or they end up fucked up and find themselves in a fucked up situation where a person's like trying to force this person not to go somewhere because it's like, you gonna stay here because I'm gonna tell on you to do this. That you did this. Motherfucker, you doing way worse than whatever the fuck it is that they doing. They could have served a fucking life sentence, but based on the shit that they got going on, bitch, it look like you gonna be taking their sentence. Public arrest and a warrant for fabricated evidence from a police or a sheriff, a corrupt DA. We got a dark-skinned Panamanian female involved in this. That's why CIA and the feds on the ground. They don't come over here just because. So apparently there's other people in countries involved in bullshit that you shouldn't even got people involved in. Well, I didn't know that it was going to go this far. Well, you should have fucking known before you sit here and play this shit. Who the fuck are you, Jafar from Aladdin? Sultan, look into my Saya. Saya, look into this. I want to be the most powerful sultan in the world, face ass motherfucker. Okay, I dream a genie. Blink your eyes. Okay, bewitched. An adopted family or female relative that works at a law office involved with a property management, doing crimes with a post office, watching and holding people's fucking mail right now. A plastic surgery. They doing this shit for plastic surgery. They working with gym people. We got Durham, North Carolina, Georgetown University, Newport, Rhode Island, a National Guard worker that's a man, and a female National Guard. My bad, I didn't mean to have to sit there and I be so fucking serious. Somebody's name is Amina or Jasmina or and we got Jasper. Okay? Or be wearing, you can use Jasper. Okay, Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights. Give me the lamp. You want the lamp? Okay. Okay, Abu. Okay, Abu. They sit here playing with this shit since March, April. A female watching committed a crime at a hotel. So March and April, somebody committed a crime between January to April. A hotel crime with a National Guard person, dealings with a music production and corporation group. A male watching you committed a crime, assisted with this person at this hotel crime. This person watching you right now install the camera in your bedroom and your bathroom. and environmental sciences. So are we using people as test experiments without consent? Motherfucker want to sit here, I practice Yahweh and Yahweh don't talk like that. Motherfucker, Yahweh probably wouldn't want to talk to you anyway. Motherfucker, shit, we gonna play riddles and rhymes and I can play this shit all day long, but you want to commit the biggest fucking crime in the family that they tell your ass not to do. Shit. I'm a big girl. Shit, face ass motherfuckers. That shit be blowing me out of the fucking place. A local court admin took a bribe to hide this file. 5:21 a.m. Somebody went in and reported early, or they did this around between 3 p.m. So somebody going in the next few days and over the weekend at 8 a.m. to go ahead and hide a file that they wasn't supposed to do. Because now they got to cover up the fact that they did what they did. Somebody trying to do that shit, but I feel like shit. I don't feel like you getting away with it this time. Because while you taking messages from Texas and Mississippi about a person that's in a whole completely different state. I thought it was when you cross state lines, now you run into other type of shit and it's federal, right? Pretty sure. And these are people stalking a person. They're stalking a person. So you know if they're willing to stalk your ass, they're willing to what? Unalive you at the same time, right? Oh, you could use her as an experiment. She doesn't know any better. Okay, well, for somebody that don't know better, they could be hiding a body within 1 mile radius of the wood line or where they preach at. I want to be Hebrew Israelite. Should you make all the fucking Hebrew Israelites look fucking crazy? A husband having an affair with a church member. They bestie is sleeping with their parents. Shit, that's like being Sarah T.D. Jake's daughter and she find out one of her sorority sisters or people from her fucking ministry is sleeping with her daddy. That sounds crazy, right? But it ain't too crazy. Welcome to this thing we call life. Shit happens every day, B. My last name ain't even fucking Martinez. You see what I'm saying? A relative had a relationship with a private investigator. An inappropriate relationship with a high official. Another inappropriate relationship with a computer tech engineer IT for illegal surveillance. Somebody's like, you looking, I said that Martinez name and caught your attention. Yeah. We over here dealing with the Defense United States National Geospatial Intellectual or Intelligence Agency. We get to the dick of it. We got to get to the hard stuff. Somebody's mama and a grandmother is involved in this shit. Dealing with a missing child that's fully alive that was trafficked or taken around the time they was 12 to 18 years old that was being trafficked currently. So they attempting to do that shit. So they need you part of a lifestyle. That's why you got to be mindful. A medical research hospital. So in this trafficking, they was able to take that person's information and be like, yeah, let them remain under this name. They don't know this type of information. That's the worst feeling than knowing where I sat there and I had that experience and it broke my heart when I was going to barber school. It was a little girl that came in there and the foster fucking mother came in there with a little girl. She kept asking, do you know about Wednesday? And she was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, oh, it's my foster child, but she don't know. I said, is she autistic? I was like, and I could spot it from a mile away. And she kept asking about Wednesday from the Addams family. And as I sat there, and it was just like, okay, I entertained it because nobody else wanted to like deal with that. And they was like, it's so sad. I was like, it's not sad. But the fucked up part of it was that lady sat there and said, I don't want to tell her that she is. Well, if you did, maybe she'll be able to have a fucking chance in life where people won't bully her or take advantage of her so she can be well versed with what her diagnosis is and people won't cause harm to her. And all I did was make sure to reassure that shit. That's like the worst feeling in the world. And not only did she have that diagnosis, she didn't even know that she was in foster care. I remember that feeling. That shit made me cry. I had to hurry up and finish what I was doing with that baby girl. And I went into that fucking bathroom and cried my soul out because I felt everything that little girl fucking felt. Imagine you have a fucking diagnosis and ain't nobody telling you. Imagine you being adopted and you around fucking people that ain't even nowhere near you, but you get caught up in life situations and then you fucking find out that these people weren't your real family. So, but then it starts a process that it start making more sense to you. Like, okay, now I can accept that and move on from it because now the behavior makes logical sense about what it is that they doing. It makes more sense. But that shit broke my heart because it was like, shit, I'm not able to cross the boundary because at any given time that I could sit here and give this baby girl advice, they could call the fucking police on me. And then that's like interfering with investigation. You got to know your laws and shit because it was like somebody feeling like, oh, she probably going to take this child and do this type of shit. But you want to use religion to cover that shit up. That shit hurts. That shit break my heart. Every time sometimes that little girl's head come across me, and it's just like, I hope that they make sure that baby is okay. I hope she don't end up being just like how I was when I got put in that fucking system and somebody sitting there touching on that baby. And the only thing she knows, well, they told me that I was okay because we get over shit so fast. Basically, you got to be when kids are in foster care and there's a pending investigation with DCF and CPS, there's only so much interference that you do. Now, depending on if that fucking caseworker is not on their shit and how much is their caseload are, and these social workers be just as worse as the people handling the case. Right down to the guardian ad litem. How do I know? I went through that shit for fucking 17 months with my motherfucking son, Marcus Antoine Phillips. I remember that shit. And that's certain shit that you just don't go. But basically, like you said, you got to be a bystander watching that shit. And the only thing it was like, well, shit, she ain't got no phone, no nothing. Like, it broke my heart. Like, it's like one of those situations where you wish that you can just have a system where, hey, I got some phones right here, whatever the case may be, just in case them babies get in fear. But then depending on what it is, them kids already be fucking traumatized. They already in fucking fear because guess what? This is a new adult. It's a new home. It's not my regular environment where I was getting the shit out of, where they're a little bit different. But also now, if they was getting beat on, now they getting touched on, and then when they're not getting touched on, they're getting verbally abused, and when they're not verbally getting abused, they're getting emotionally fucking abused because I didn't tell them that they have this disability. And these motherfuckers live in happy Kandori. You not know when it comes to special needs children in DCF and CPS system, you know how much money they get? So regular kids, they get up to $1,000 to about $1,600. Special needs children, based on the needs that they need, they getting anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000 a month, down to food stamps, down to money for transportation, down to everything, because they get covered basically under the Medicaid program. And these motherfuckers living fat, happy, and everything, and eating off that fucking money. Of course I'll take on this special needs child. Of course I'll do this. But ain't nobody talking about the abuse that we face behind that shit. I've been there. Those kids, more often than not, and the younger that they are, when they're under the age of 8, they're like an 85% more chance that they're going to get more sexually abused. If they're already sexually abused and they get put in those systems, and those parents, certain people that do that, because DCF and CPS do not sit there and do the study or background check on everyone in the home. They only do the person who's applying for it. That shit happened to me. It was only one lady that got it, and her husband or her boyfriend didn't get checked. And when my kids came by, mommy, he kept screaming at me and my brother. When Ayana and Adrian had to go in, they took my kids out of a safe home. They put them in there, and ever since then, my son wasn't right. He kept screaming at Adrian, kept acting like he was going to punch him, and they kept locking him in the closet. I still remember that. Montgomery County, Clarksville, Tennessee. When they know that they're sexually abused, some of these people, and they got husbands in there, and you don't know if they were felons or anything like that, they be touching on them kids. Or they'll sit there and let the kids touch on each other for cheap thrills. That shit don't be safe. Yeah, that's how it's been for a few years now. But instead of them doing their due diligence, these social workers be like, oh, well, shit, they told me I'm going to get an extra bonus if I can get, when they can get up, when case managers and social workers can get 68 successful cases where they can put them in foster homes that can keep them longer than 6 to 8 months, they get bonuses off of that. They get about $1,400 or $1,500 extra on each paycheck that they've been doing this shit for the last 14 years. These social workers. It's always a better way of fucking living. That's why when I see even grown people or men that be getting out of fucking prison, even women, shit, they be like, why are you so calm? And like, motherfucker, I'm not here for all the drama. Shit, I'm not for to even deal with a man. Like, motherfucker, you arguing with your baby mama, nigga, while I'm sitting here, either you fix it or I'm out. Y'all gonna co-parent because it's not fair to that child. But if you gonna keep playing that game because you feeling like you got a network or some shit like that, I want to get back in here. That fast money ain't good money. Wasn't that fast money the situation why you got in that shit in the first place? Where's your psychiatrist? Where's the people that's supposed to be helping you with your therapy? Did you go to therapy? Did they give you therapy after the 60 days upon your release? Do you not know when you go to jail, you supposed within 60 days you're meant to go get therapy? So whenever, even when you go do bail's bombing in certain court of law and constitutional rights, you are covered under certain things where you are alpha Medicaid depending on the crime, that at 60 days upon leaving that you can lessen your sentence, whether you get sentenced or not, whether you found guilty or not. 60 days upon leaving jail, you're lessening your time by getting therapy. And somebody sitting here like, God damn, okay, yeah, you supposed to be somebody we gatekeep. Somebody's ready to fumble over their fucking words and lose their shit. Somebody just dropped their fucking phone. Somebody just literally dropped their phone like, we've been going about this all wrong. Okay, first thing tomorrow morning, go ahead and have that conversation with someone. Because if somebody got to go back over their fucking books and sit there and do that. It's a lot of people out here that's doing some shit, like a lot of shit wouldn't be going on, but they need it. You're above the program. You're above the system. It ain't being above no system or a program. What's right? Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Regardless of how you put it. Right is right, is wrong is wrong. But however, every day is a choice and a decision that people make. Now, if they want to keep making that choice, then by all means, do what it is that you feel like your systematic programming is. Those are the ones that don't want to get with the real program or the real system. And the real program and system is you have every day that you wake up, you make the choice. When you went on ahead and hurt somebody, you made a choice. That was a choice. However, when you make the choice to stand the fuck up and do better, hey, shit, it's better out here. I'm not going to sit here. Woe is me. Oh my God, if they didn't do this to me, if they didn't say this to me, it seems like your fucking feelings get hurt a lot fucking easier. But however, easier said and done, I'd rather take on the fucking process than sitting there, have to be processing and waiting the next 5 to 8 months to figure out if you can get a fucking state appointed or a court appointed fucking attorney. I'd rather be sitting here taking that time. Well, shit, once I get out of this shit, let me figure out how I can do better in this situation. And even if you are a fucking criminal, shit, everything is respected. People make a choice. You wanted to get on the drug, that's a choice. You wanted to deal with that weapon, that's a choice. But kids, come on now. Real gangsters ain't even going out here to hurt the kids. And even then, when a kid get hurt, real gangsters gonna make sure that that shit is taken care of. And I don't mean in a bad way, shit like, damn, somebody got sprayed and you going after a fucking op. A real motherfucker gonna come back and make sure, oh, such and such got laid. Where did this money come from for the funeral? Shit, don't ask no questions. Some people fuck up. And that's not to make an excuse for the behavior for what they choosing to do, but that's what they choosing to live like. That ain't got shit to do with anything but shit. You can respect it because I made a mistake and I'm looking for the best way to make sure I provide for the family. They still trying to figure out where it came from, but it ain't for them. But shit, you know that your conscience and your heart is in the right place. Not to sit there and just keep doing that shit. If anything, you keeping yourself from over there. Shit, motherfuckers be quick. Well, this happened to me when I was 13 years old. So when you was 13 years old, you're 68 years old and you're still holding on to what happened to you when you were 13. You mean you're still telling me what happened to you 16 because your parents told you no, and now you sitting here making a whole shit show and making everybody fucking suffer because you don't know how to fucking arouse yourself? Like you said, I ain't Justin Timberlake. Cry me a motherfucking river, build me an ocean, and get the fuck over. Didn't Destiny's Child, before they break up, said it's just the emotions taking me over? You caught up in sorrow, lost in the song, but bitch, you ain't making no song. Or should we call this Psalms? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be what? Thy name. Be mindful. We got to be mindful. Politics and ambitions. Thinking with your dick. Isn't that usually the downfall of a lot of fucking people? Thinking with your dick tend to get you in there. Now we sitting here looking at Epstein. You see? We looking at Epstein type shit. Oh Lord, deliver us from the evil of this world. Well, motherfucker. Welcome to the world of people get fucked up every day. Shit, this ain't the old court case from 1998. Okay, my name ain't Prince. Ooh. This is what it's like when doves cry. Right? Somebody's like, shit, I've been trying to keep it quiet. But however, you know, if you wanted to keep it quiet, you will sit here and stop trying to start a riot. My name ain't Summer Walker, but shit, did she make a little interlude? For your love, you need a riot. Wake up, everybody. Look at all that's a 1970 song. So now we want to sit here and do a plague of HIV and AIDS again just to go ahead and keep shit balanced. That shit ain't right. But shit, you creating it in a particular time frame though. God said, let it go. You right. You got it. I gotta be obedient. Y'all, it's been great. Namaste to y'all. Make sure y'all just do better decisions. I'll be back. I gotta regroup because this energy is making me feel some type of way. I'll see y'all in a bit.